we're going to divide our picture up into squares so that we can use it just like with the Jerry, right? How we started with a size this size and we made it to this size. This is going to work similar. So we have to draw our own this time though. Okay? Hood, please. So I'm going to start with my ruler with the 0 at the edge of my photo. And every ½ inch, I'm going to put a mark. Just like on your little worksheet where we had the little chart right here, this one. That's the measurements we're going to be using. Huh? On the 5-inch side. Yeah. So, and I'm going to use a bright colored pencil because if I use a graphite pencil, it starts to blend into the photo. All right? And it's harder to see. So, I'm going to mark even at the 0 and at the 5 and every ½ inch and whole inch in between with a little mark. Make sure you're in the right space before you start making marks so that you don't have a mistake, because if you erase on here, it will erase the toner. Okay? Now I'm going to move my ruler up to the top. I'm not turning my picture. That way if it didn't print perfectly square, then we don't have a problem. Okay? Now I'm going to mark these two.
So basically we did yesterday.
It's like we did yesterday, only we're doing it around our photo, so we got to be super careful, right? Which is why we practiced yesterday. But yesterday we did it at 1 inch. Remember? Okay? So then I'm going to... Quiet, please. So then I'm going to connect my dots. You know I'm recording this, so we all have to listen to you laugh like that. You can if you give me your phone. You have to give me your phone.
We gotta give you our phone to use after.
Yeah, it's a new rule.
You're going to hold it for him? Hannah, we already discussed this, and you already said your say, and it's not my rule.
I wasn't listening.
Okay, well, I'm sorry. So anyway, you want to have your pencil sharp. I don't have a pencil sharpener right here anymore. Shh.
Aren't those fish things a physical sharpener?
Yeah, but I moved them. I mean, do you see them up here?
Not because, probably because it's turned, but no.
I think I moved them. They're not in there today. I moved everything because it was too much and everything was falling. So I'm going to go both directions, and I want to make sure that my lines are perfectly aligned with my spots that I measured and my measurements are correct, because if it's not, everything that isn't correct here is going to be magnified on the other page because it's going to be done bigger. I personally like to do one on the outside just because I'm that detail-oriented person, and then you'll turn your photo whichever way you want and line up the 0 with the edge again.
It looks like lasers.
Yeah, it sort of does.
You showing this to all your...
I'm recording it with my phone so I can add it to Google Classroom for people who missed it. And then
It's by half.
it's by ½ inch here, which is why we remember when we Haley, cover your nose, please. Remember how we did it here? Haley counted by a half. This is why.
Okay.
And these measured are by 3/4, which is what you're going to do on your good paper when you get it.
Okay.
Okay. So we're going to mark all of our ½ inches all the way. Stop. Stop. And without rotating our picture, we're going to do the next marks on the opposite side. The reason we don't rotate our picture is if it's not perfectly square, then that way we end up with perfect squares no matter what. And same thing on our paper. Sometimes art paper isn't perfectly square, especially if it's less expensive stuff. And then all of a sudden you have squares that are skewed, which skews your drawings when you use the grid method.
Skews?
It makes them not square. You want to show yours?
Yeah.
Go get one. if you had a drawing on there, it can't be bad. It may not be as good as you'd like it to be, but that doesn't make it bad. If you aren't paying attention or you trace somebody else's, that's not good. All right, so it should look something like this. And then I like to go ahead and letter across the short side. Shh.
Six more. You're not gonna be here then? You got some more in the last 5 days.
I always number down the big side because I can remember a higher number than a higher letter. You should have from A to J and 1 to 14. You could add letters down here if you want to. Sometimes I do. And then once you have this done, you'll put it back in your folder and then, or you'll show me, and then you'll get your good paper. Okay?